This is my dream, this is my passion, this is something that I believe in.
If you're always afraid that things are going to go wrong, your business isn't going to succeed.
Who would have thought SOTS would make us millionaires?
I'm a 13-year-old entrepreneur and CEO of Spurgo.
I'm the inventor of the locker board.
I'm 14 years old. I'm the CEO of Zally Candy.
I'm the co-founder here at Rumble Boxing.
The CEO of Play Versus.
This is my hustle.
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 Today on My Hustle, we're going to see some extraordinary entrepreneurs who have turned their passions into profit. Follow along as we learn about their business, determination, and road to success.
This is Callum. He's 9. He's the boss of his own company. iCode Robots puts on courses to teach children to build and code devices like these.
His name's Callum Daniel. He's 8 years old. He's an entrepreneur.
Hey everyone, it's Callum from Tips and Tricks.
Children being taught the secrets of success by other children.
My name's Callum Daniel, I'm 10 years old, CEO of iCode Robots, and this is my hustle. I got into robotics when I was 4 years old. I went to something called Butlins, and I saw a gigantic robot called Titan the Robot. It scared me a bit, but it was really cool.
And he just wanted to figure out how Titan worked. I bought him a robot called Mechanoid by Meccano.
This is the robot my first robot when I was 3.5. It took a long time for me to grow taller than him, but now it's here.
And Callum said to me, you know, Mummy, it'd be really good if we could buy something and everyone could build so that they didn't have to pay so much.
My favourite passion would be robotics. I've always wanted to give some kind of knowledge to kids. And I went into the LDE UTC college and they thought I was so cute because I was like down there at the time.
Callum was 8 years old when he approached us. He wanted to start a course for coding for kids. There was nothing available in the area and he wanted to start that himself.
We met Callum in 2016 during the Ultra Kids Winter Fair. Callum has been able to create a mini community at Here East for other young people who have similar interests and hobbies.
I teach Lego Mindstorms, Lego Redo and stop motion. So I'm going to teach you what I do every single Friday to set up my business. First I go onto the Lego Mindstorm app. I had to build this model. I call all my staff and then tell them what we're going to be building. I have 4 permanent staff.
It's really interesting having a young CEO. He is at the customer's age range. He understands our customers better than anybody else.
I'd make my sessions 2 or 3 hours depending on the child's focus.
Standard sessions that cost £10 that run every Saturday. He generally will make about £200 per class. He always reinvests, so all he really does is buy more robots.
So my typical week is I wake up, brush my teeth, get in shower. I very much struggle to get out of bed on certain days.
He actually does online school now. He's home educated.
Well, it turns out it was a bit too much when I was doing school, running company and going to events every single day of the week. I decided that I needed to be on online school, and so did my mum, and I get better education on online school. I'm a Lego presenter. Today we will be attempting the ramp challenge. I was really excited when my mum told me I got the auditions. I was so happy. I literally ran around my whole house.
In the evenings, he's generally at athletics.
I'm really into running. I have an amazing coach called Christine Bowman who trains the fastest 11-year-old in the UK, and I'm really excited to be working with her for the next 4 or 5 years.
Track and field is about discipline, and Callum's already shown that discipline in his business.
I want to get a lot faster because you saying watch out because your record's going to get broke. I'm Callum Daniel, CEO of iCode Robots. Today we will be learning about bulldozers with Lego Mindstorms. It's going to be really fun, you'll have a blast and just enjoy it. I'll come around and turn on your iPad set up for the build. What you can see right there is the full model of it.
Play, it's one of the things that children are actually better than adults at it. Because children have a better creative streak in their minds.
The thing I like about these classes is that I learn about robots and motors and stuff like that. Stuff that has to be computed. And also about Lego. And also about the Lego.
We
build a bulldozer. So guys, you've built your robots, now you've got a program to clear up the snow.
Callum's a good instructor because he lets us build these really cool robots.
Oh, so I'm just helping them create their first algorithm.
I like iCode robots because it gives people like me and my sister here who've never done anything really to do with robots before get involved, and it's really fun, and I've never thought it would be this fun.
Alright guys, I hope you had a great time. Go to iCodeRobots.com to sign up for more classes, and well, that's all I have for this lesson. My hustle is a lot because people are very humble on the show, and it teaches me that you don't need to follow everyone else. Like my uncle always used to say to me, you shouldn't be a follower, you should be a leader. What's next for my company is I want children to be able to build robotic arms and robotic legs. You can find me on iCodeRobots.com, and then you can book classes if any of your children want to come to my business.
When we come back,
it's a complete mystery every month. You never know what you're gonna get. It's just really enjoyable to use all the stuff in the crate on and off the field. My dad grew up in Boston, right in the city, and he's just like diehard Red Sox, diehard baseball. We'd go in the backyard. He put up a floodlight so we could hit in the backyard when I was little. And there's like a little fence in our backyard, and I remember the first time I hit it over the fence and just like, you're hooked. Plate Crate is a monthly box of baseball gear, training aids for fielding, hitting, throwing, different types of snacks, anything baseball, and we send it once a month in the mail.
You know, this is his baby, so he breathes, he sleeps it. You know, he grew up playing baseball, so it's just what he does to provide that smile on kids' faces every month when they get their box.
The owner knows baseball, so all the tools that are in the box you're actually going to use, and it's really beneficial. I could see it growing up to something really huge.
There's a lot of baseball players in the world, and there's a lot of kids that really want to expand their game, and Plate Crate can really help them with that.
As I trained the whole off season, I was really excited for the season. I had a little injury and I got released. Instead of going to spring training the next year, I said I'm going to invest all my time and energy into this business, into e-commerce, because I thought it was a great opportunity to dive in and go 100% with it.
Hey, I'm Josh, founder and CEO of Plate Crate, and this is my hustle. Welcome to Plate Crate HQ. This is where we keep all of the stuff that we've had in previous crates from the past months and years.
Plate Crate, I like to say lovingly, is for baseball nerds. It was people like me growing up. It's a complete mystery every month. You never know what you're gonna get. It's just really enjoyable to use all the stuff in the crate on and off the field. So this is our office. This is where Chris and I come every day.
So I am the head of operations, so I basically do a little bit of everything.
He does customer service, manufacturing, logistics. If you talk to someone from Plate Crate, most likely it's Chris. So typical day, we'll come in the office 8:30, I'll meet Chris, I'll have the dog here, we'll go over our schedule for the day. We usually have one prioritized project for the week. We talk about that project, we set deadlines for the week, and we kind of get after it from there. So I'm gonna walk you through some plate crates and what you're actually going to find in each crate. So we're gonna start with this one. This was our box last month. This crate had 2 bags of Creamy Ranch ballpark seeds. We had a super grip trainer, so this is an adjustable grip trainer. Next we have Easy Curves. So these are super fun. They have little ridges inside the ball, so when you throw them, they dip and they curve different ways, and they're awesome for batting practice. This month was Moonshot. Every month's a different theme, and it either has to do with baseball language or some type of phrase that we like. Like last month was Moonshot, so kind of like hitting a ball with the moon. Last couple things in the crate, everyone gets a golden ticket. So this golden ticket's really special. It comes in every crate, and it's a scratch-off ticket, and you can win prizes like backpacks and bats and discount codes and gift cards and all sorts of things. So this comes in every plate crate. And then a little thing that we've started adding is this postcard, which actually tells you exactly what's in the crate, so you always know what you're getting. And there's actually a little QR code here where you just put your camera on, it brings you to a digital guide, and it shows you everything that's in the crate and explains a little bit more about each item. So what we noticed was our monthly box, sometimes it wasn't catered to pitchers or to outfielders or to catchers specifically. So we created, instead of a subscription, one-time boxes. So you can get a pitcher crate, infield crate, outfield crate, hitter crate, even a speed crate. And then recently we also launched crates for moms, dads, and coaches so they could support their players on the field and in the bleachers. We have a completely different box than when we started. So when we started, we were buying things from other companies and reselling them. So over the years, we started manufacturing our own products. So that's through Bandit Sports. We manufacture everything from Bandit Sports. That is a play crate company. So we have, a different line of items that we put in the crates. And again, it's training aids, it's fielding aids, throwing aids, accessories, anything that you can use on field is Bandit Sports.
After the break.
So I'm gonna show you 3 products that we're gonna test out today. I'm gonna show you a little bit about how they work.
What I love most about receiving a box every month was you never knew it was going to be in it. You're always going to bang for your buck, and a lot of the stuff was really helpful for my game.
We're at White Wolf Fitness in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm gonna show you 3 products that we're gonna test out today. I'm gonna show you a little bit about how they work. The first one is our Power Band. It's a normal band, it's attached to a ball. We can use it for warming up, rotator cuff exercises, getting ready before games.
I like the Power Band because it helps me focus on my grip.
It really loosens up my shoulder before games to get me ready to throw. It's also really helpful for PT exercise if you've been hurt in the past and to prevent future injury.
And the last one is our Bandit Sports reaction ball. We can use this for agility drills and training speed.
You can use it for so many different assets of the game. You can use it to work on your hands and work on unexpected hops.
We're at the Grind Factory in Salem, and we're gonna have a couple of our current Play Crate subscribers, Tim and Jimmy, demo some products for us. The first one they're gonna show us is our Power Base. It goes right on the knob of your bat. The second one they're gonna show us is the Power Grip. It's gonna help you keep the bat in your fingers and improve your bat speed. The third one, they're gonna show us how to wrap a Plate Crate grip. This is our Sprinkle Grip from our August crate. And they're gonna show us 2 different types of balls. One's our Impact Ball, which is an indestructible wiffle ball.
It doesn't break. A wiffle ball, it does all the same things that a wiffle ball does, but the second you hit a wiffle ball, it cracks in half. These don't.
And the other one is our Bandit Sports Easy Curve, which has these ridges in it and it simulates different off-speed pitches.
What I like most about Play Crate is that it allows you to stay at home while still get interesting baseball gear that you can use in a game or in practice or just out to have fun.
My favorite products that I've received were probably the bat weight and grip tapes for my bat.
So in 2015 when I started it, subscription boxes were getting really popular, and I did a Google search one night looking for a baseball one, and I thought it was crazy that no one did a baseball subscription box yet. I was playing independent ball in the Midwest, and I just didn't make a lot of money being a baseball player. So I started it thinking if I could make a couple grand on the side, it would supplement my income so I could play baseball even longer. I set up the first Plate Crate shop in a stranger's house in a bedroom. And from there, it's grown. We had an office above a gas station in 2015. I was there for a little while. After that, we moved to above a gym and a batting cage, and that's where I lived for a little bit. I lived in the batting cage so I could work on getting ready for the next season, also packing Play Crates and doing all of the side jobs because I wasn't paying myself from Play Crate back then. I would just sit in there every single day with my dog, and we would just learn as much as humanly possible, respond to everybody's emails, everybody's customer support requests, and just figure out what the next step was. And that was it. That was the first couple of years. It was a grind.
It's been really cool to watch. Now we're at the point where we have like a marketing team and a social media team. You know, Josh was like the jack of all trades, had to do everything. Now he can be the CEO and do his thing and oversee everything.
When people send me videos and photos of them using the crates, I'm still blown away by it. Seeing that, all the hard work come to fruition with just a photo or a video of a kid really loving the box and enjoying it, that makes my day every single time.
I was actually the first subscriber to Play Crate, and I enjoy getting the boxes every month. I still use a bunch of Play Crate stuff now that I'm in college and games.
My hustle is kind of like a lifestyle. It's like a big puzzle and a big game, and it's something that drives you forward, and it's doing something you're passionate about for the right reasons.
Josh is extremely hardworking. He's the first one in the office, the last one to leave.
I see it expanding, in the future to other sports and different avenues. I mean, the sky's the limit.
That's the biggest challenge, is how do we continuously make our play crates better? How do we improve on it? We have new stuff coming in 2021. We're changing the boxes up, we're adding more stuff, and we're just expanding our community. We want to reach all the baseball players in the world. We want to talk baseball and deliver baseball to your door.
When we come back,
we have some players who earn 5 figures on a yearly basis. Last year, we paid out $45 million in prize money. Players Lounge is democratizing the ability to make money playing video games, and we're allowing underrepresented communities who may not be able to afford a $5,000 PC the opportunity to make money playing video games.
You can be a competitive gamer, a less competitive gamer, but you come to Players Lounge, you put a little bit of money into your Players Lounge wallet, and we connect you with people who want to do the same thing that you do, which is compete and win a little money doing it.
We have some players who earn 5 figures on a yearly basis, so like $50,000 to $75,000 every year. My name is Austin, CEO and co-founder of Players Lounge, and this is my hustle. Our main customer is someone who works a 9 to 5 and wants to come home and kind of blow off some steam by playing video games for a couple hours. You can go on Players Lounge and add an extra layer of excitement to your normal gaming time. And that extra layer of excitement is derived from just putting an extra $5 on your normal video game, and you could potentially win. We mostly focus on sports titles. Those include Madden, NBA 2K, FIFA, but we also have Call of Duty and Fortnite. The most popular game on our platform is Madden. So I'm gonna give you a quick tutorial on how to use Players Lounge. Here is the home screen. Right now, there's an open match for $100 that I can grab. I don't wanna play an $100 match, so I'm going to create my own. Madden 21, lounge rules, and I wanna play for $10. J Kid just joined, and I'm gonna go to the match. Now I review the rules, confirm the rules. So now you go to your console and you add your opponent as a friend and play that person in a friendly game of Madden. So I just got done playing, I won, and I won my $18. GG's.
We try to figure out how good you are and match you up with somebody who's at a similar skill level.
We don't want someone who's working a 9 to 5 to be playing against someone who plays FIFA professionally.
It's a little bit like skill rankings work in chess, where if you beat somebody who's a lot better than you, then your skill ranking goes up. If you lose to somebody who's a lot worse than you, your skill ranking might go down a lot.
When I was in college, I went to Wesleyan in Connecticut and I played soccer there. And when we couldn't go out on a Friday or Saturday night, what we would do is just pile into someone's dorm room and play FIFA or Madden or 2K, more often than not for money. Fast forward to me being an adult living in New York City, I really kind of long for that experience again. And so I thought, what is really the linchpin to bring people together like that through gaming? And I thought of hosting video game tournaments at bars. I would ask local bars in the Williamsburg area, hey, can I introduce a FIFA night? And my co-founder and I, Zach, started hosting video game tournaments at bars in October of 2014. What we realized is that people were not only coming for the potential to make money playing video games, but also to connect with like-minded gamers and make friends. It was a serious grind and hustle. I was working a full-time job. I would lug a duffel bag full of like 3 or 4 Xboxes with controllers to work, like a 70-pound bag. And so we wanted to pivot that into a digital product because events require a lot of upfront capital. We're purchasing a lot of depreciating assets and consoles and games and controllers. And so the scalability of converting what we did as an event company into an app was a lot more enticing, and the ceiling was much higher, and that required fundraising. And back in the day in 2014, we were having trouble raising money for an esports business, which now sounds crazy. People weren't really that interested. And so we really had to figure out creative ways to raise money, allow us to quit our jobs, and do it full time.
After the break.
And so when it was time to fundraise, I reached out to some of those contacts and was able to be introduced to Drake's manager. Before starting Players Lounge, I was a music producer. I had a lot of previous connections in that industry. And so when it was time to fundraise, I reached out to some of those contacts and was able to be introduced to Drake's manager, Feature the Prince. I pitched Drake and his team on a vision where anyone can make money playing video games. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, it doesn't matter how good you are playing video games. We can give this opportunity to anybody. And additionally, there's a real cultural impact with video games. And I believe that there's a massive crossover in gaming, hip hop, and sports. And people like Drake play video games too, and they certainly play for money. And so I want Players Lounge to be a product that they use as well. Managing your finances, especially as a startup, is a critical part of the business because most startups aren't making any money or enough to be profitable. And so you need to keep a very close eye on how much money is going out the door every month and monitoring your runway, because if you're only 6 months away from your company going under, you might need to start fundraising a little earlier than you expected, or you might need to cut costs. So if you aren't prioritizing, managing and reviewing your financials and how much money you're spending and your expenses, etc., you could be setting yourself up for failure.
A lot of our goal is just making it easier to use and making it more accessible for the average person, because the more users we have, the more exciting I think it'll be.
It's been really exciting for me watching the product and the company grow. You know, when we started out, we were working, the 5 of us, in a little house in Palo Alto in California, and now we're here in New York. The company has grown considerably. The number of players online has grown considerably. It's been really gratifying to see that happen, and it's also been very exciting to see the product evolve. The most exciting part is when you try something and it works. That's not usually how it goes. You try a lot of things that don't work, but we've done some things that have had results, and that's probably been the most exciting part.
What I enjoy most about working on Players Lounge is that I'm building something that I would use and I love. And also, if you want to be a pro gamer, you have to invest in a $5,000 PC. A lot of people do not have that money, especially those in Black and brown communities. And so with Players Lounge, we are essentially allowing people who may not be able to afford that stuff and can afford a PS4 or Xbox the opportunity to instantaneously make money playing video games without a massive investment in a pro career. So what's next for Players Lounge? This year, we're going to get your favorite actor, singer, rapper, producer, NFL player, NBA player, WNBA player, all using Players Lounge.
It's been really exciting to see the community and the product evolve from when I started 3 years ago to where it is now. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where we are in a year or in 5 years.
Whatever your creative outlet is, if you work hard at it, you can turn it into a career. With a crazy idea, dedication, and drive, you can do anything. These entrepreneurs have shown us what their hustle is. What's yours?